Treatment classification is very important because there are few factors which we have to look into before we decide what treatment has to be done for which person. Welcome to yet another Shloka under the world as doshas. So today in the Shloka of the week, we will be discussing about the broadest classification of treatment. Okay, so we have seen how diseases come, what all things we have to do, how drugs have been classified. Today we will be discussing about treatment. What are the different kinds of treatments? And this is the broadest classification. Okay, so this is also from Ashtanga Hridaya, first chapter, 26th shloka. So this is just one line which tells us how treatment has been broadly classified. So let us get into that shloka. Shodhanam shamanam cheti samasat aushadham dvidha. So you can see the transliteration also. Shodhanam shamanam cheti samasat aushadham dvidha. So the word dvidha means dvividha, into two. Aushadham is treatment here. Okay. And what are the two ways in which they have been divided? Let us see the meaning. Treatment has been classified as Shodhanam and Shamanam. Shodhanam means cleansing and Shamanam is pacifying. So these are the only two ways in which treatment has been classified. So under Shodhanam we have got all the panchakarmas, and under Shamanam we have got a lot of treatments which we do. But broadly treatment has been classified as cleansing and pacifying. Okay. So once we get a little bit deeper, we'll know a lot more about this. So here, what treatment has to be done to whom is very important, isn't it? So the decision to adopt whether I should take up Shamanam or Shodhanam for this patient is something which the doctor decides. So for that, he looks at the strength of the patient and also at the strength of the disease. The strength of the disease means in a way how chronic it is or how much of doshas are involved. When you've got bahu dosha, that means a lot of doshas, then that is a good case for cleansing. Okay, now why do we have to look at the strength of the patient? Because panchakarma or the cleansing process requires a lot of procedures, and the person should have the strength both physically and mentally to undergo the cleansing process. So the strength of the patient is very important. Suppose a patient has got strength and the disease is not very chronic and a lot of doshas have not been vitiated, then even though the person has got strength to undergo purification, the disease is not strong enough or chronic enough, or it doesn't have too many doshas for it to undergo shodhana. So in such cases we need not do cleansing, we can just pacify that whole condition. But if the patient has got real strength and the disease is chronic and lot of doshas are involved, then that is the best case for purification. Now another case where there are a lot of doshas but the patient does not have the strength. In such a case also you are not supposed to do purification, because you do purification and the patient dies, So you should be very careful. You should judge, you should be able to identify or make out how much of strength the patient has got and how much of doshas are involved. Depending upon that, we use Shodhana and Shamana. But Shamana, there's another place where we can also use Shamana. That is, a person who's got strength and the disease has also got a lot of doshas. As I said before, he should undergo the cleansing process. And once he undergoes the cleansing process, what happens is, in the process of undergoing that, he becomes weak, and the lot of doshas which were there have been removed, and the dosha, only little bit of doshas are there. So what happens? The person becomes weak and the doshas are less. That is another stage where you should do Shamana. So Shamana always follows Shodhana. Without a Shamana after Shodhana, the treatment is incomplete. Otherwise, when a favorable condition comes, the disease resurfaces. So it is very important to understand the strength of the person and the disease to decide whether we should apply Shodhana, the cleansing process, or Shamana, the pacifying process. Thank you.